Hi, and welcome to Game On. We got another great show for you this week as we discuss the surprising teams in Burlington County. We have a swimming feature on a daughter who broke her mom's long-standing record at Cherokee High School. We got a one-on-one basketball feature on Ryan McMahon of Lenape, and of course our athletes of the week, right here, right now on Game On. Hi, welcome to our show. I'm your host, Mark Zamero, and here with me are the normal guys, Tom Rimbeck, Kevin Kaloje, and John Lewis. I stopped because normal, Kevin. But
I thought maybe you didn't recognize him. Yeah. Probably.
All right, anyhow, we had hoped to talk some swimming this week, but unfortunately Mother Nature had some other ideas. The state championship for Morristown was originally scheduled for Saturday, despite valiant efforts by Tom and I to get up there to the College of New Jersey. The meet didn't happen, got postponed like a half hour before it was scheduled to go. They've rescheduled it for Monday, but unfortunately we're going to let everybody in on a little secret. We filmed this show on Monday afternoon before the state championship, so we wish them luck, but we don't know if they won.
They're going to win. They already won, something like that. Yeah, they're going to win.
Okay.
Quakers, if you did, good job.
Yeah.
So on to other things, let's get into wrestling and basketball. Let's talk about surprise teams. John, who's been a surprise team this year in wrestling?
Delran is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I mean, Marcus Maragli is a top flight guy. Phil Rogers is a top flight guy. They're both district champions. They got 30 wins out of Dylan Wagner. Got a great year from Devin Rowland. They got almost a district title from Kalen West. Never even heard of Kalen West. Never heard of Tashim Guilford. One of the things that Dennis Smith used to do was he just had a talent for taking guys like that and getting everything he could out of them. And Nathan Martyr, he's a different coach, but if he's going to continue one tradition, he's chosen a good one.
Okay, and we'll see if these guys continue on in regionals this week. I mean, some names to look for there. But Kevin, how about in girls basketball?
Well, I don't know if I'd necessarily call them a surprise from before the season started, but Cinnaminson started the year 1-4. And since then, they won like 87 games in a row. They've been absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
right. They've been very
good in one season.
Anyway,
yeah.
So yeah, that's been a surprise and been very good by them to sort of bounce back the way they have. But my biggest surprise team this year has been Rancocas Valley. Over the past few years, they've been one of the best teams in South Jersey. Not only that, one of the best teams in the state. And they've had a bunch of D1 players who are currently playing in Division I college who had been a big part of that. This year, I mean, everyone was kind of looking to see who would step up. Deja Brown, Kristen Smith have been phenomenal, two of the best players in South Jersey, and they've been a huge reason why Rancocas Valley has been fantastic, and they've really surprised a bunch of people this year.
And Kristen's back because she's just been cleared to play again. Should be ready at the beginning of this week. It's going to be a great tournament.
Yes, it will.
Okay. Boys basketball, what's up, Tom?
Well, I got to go with Bordentown. Bordentown under second-year coach John Myers. 19 wins, leads the county in wins. They got two great players. Myron Gordon's the one everybody knows about because he's leading the county in scoring right now at about 21 points a game. But Darnell Brown, if you sleep on him, he's going to hurt you. They've got the kind of team that can make a little bit of a run. They got a tough first-round opponent, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But it's going to be a great team. It's been a great year for Bordentown. The Scotties are back. They're a good basketball team again.
Okay, let's see if these surprise teams can keep it going as the state tournament finally starts in less than a week. Okay, in the boys basketball, last week we talked a lot about the big schools. Now let's shift gears to the little schools. I hear there's a pretty big matchup in the first round.
Well, the cool thing is we got to see a version of this last week. Bordentown and Pemberton faced off. Two great players. Bordentown's got Myron Gordon, great scorer, and Pemberton's with Ijavian Ivory. They played at Pemberton the first time on Monday. They go ahead and they flip the switch. It's an 8-9 game. Bordentown's going to host this one. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a great one. Pemberton won the first one, but maybe the different location and the fact that they couldn't find a way, no matter who they tried, to stop Gordon. It's going to be a big one. The only other home game we've got in the small groups is Florence. They're a 5 seed. They've got maybe 1 or 2 wins in them. It'd be nice to see Mike Franceschi come out with a nice playoff run to end off his career. Holy Cross Notre Dame's another 8-9 game. No telling how that one's going to go. Holy Cross has done a nice job. bringing a lot of guys into their rotation. They don't have a real star, but with guys like Brandon Anderson and Brandon Simmons, these guys, they have a chance to beat anybody early on. And the one dark horse team, we got a ton of teams with double-digit seedings.
Who pulls the upset? Come on.
I'm going to go with Medford Tech. Medford Tech, Shaquille Vincent looks like he's healthy again. He's starting to get back into the lineup. They've got Collingswood. That's going to be a tough game, but I think it's winnable if they get a little bit hot. And my guy Derek Jones, if he comes out and gets them going a little bit, I think they got a chance to win this one.
Could see maybe like a Riverside or Palmyra maybe winning at least a game or something like that, or
It's going to be tough. It's a tough road to hoe. I mean, we've got a lot of double-digit seeds. That means it's a road trip against a very good team out there. I think our small schools are a little bit down this year. It's kind of a shame, but it's going to be a short playoff run, I think, for some of these teams.
okay. Well,
I think I might take Holy Cross in an 8-9 game. They do have a big star. His name's Barry Harper.
Yeah.
And if all things are equal, I think he pulls them through.
Yeah, well, he's one of our better coaches, and I love their style. They always give effort. They always have a ton of guys off the bench, and he has a way to find the hot hand. Wins the first one, then the second one, and then those parochial fields are just ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, well, we got more on boys basketball coming up later on, including the Player of the Week, which is a special one this week.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to take you out to a one-on-one with Lenape's Ryan McMahon.
Sitting here with Lenape senior Ryan McMahon, one of the best guards in the Olympic Conference, which begs the question, who's the best guard in the Olympic Conference? I mean, you see them all. These guys are great every single night.
Yeah, no, you got to go with, I mean, I have self-confidence myself, but the Olympic Conference, I've been playing Jake Soapy for a long time. Really, really good player.
Do you take that as a challenge? Do you measure yourself that way, Tom?
Yeah, definitely. It's when you know someone's going to Division I and he's going to University of Pennsylvania, it's fun going against that. You know, you kind of measure yourself, see how you'll do against him, and take that as a challenge as myself.
Now, the Olympic Conference, every single night, it's a freaking war. How do you guys, charge down? How do you guys get a little breather in the middle of the season? Is it like every single game and every single possession matters for you guys?
Yeah, no, every single day, every practice, you don't get any days off. You have to be prepared for every single game, and you don't really get a day off. So every day is a grind, and you can't really stop.
Do you look up at scores of other teams and see teams score 70 points, 80 points, 90 points, and go, man, that would be fun?
Yeah, sometimes it's a little difficult watching that, but it's whatever's going to help you win. So if someone scores 90 and they're winning, that's good for them, but we're in the 40s, 50s, and if we can win that way, that's just as good. All that matters is to get the win.
Making plays for your teammates, hitting that big three-point shot. What's the best thing on the floor that can happen to you?
Oh, making a play for a teammate. When seeing someone else succeed, it's the best feeling ever.
Now, where are you guys going to end up this year? What are your goals? And, this Group 4 tournament is just ridiculously talented. I have no idea who's going to win it. How is Lenape going to give themselves a chance to win it?
I think we're going to have a good shot at winning this. We're going to start off with Township. That's going to be tough. Every game is going to be tough. So we got to take it one game at a time. And our goal as a team is to win Group 4 for now. So, and that's not going to change regardless of what happens. So we're setting our goal there, and whatever happens, happens.
Okay, on the wrestling, and some great stuff at districts last week. Northern Burlington, Cherokee, Cinnaminson all win district titles as teams.
3 for 3.
3 for 3 in Burlington County, good stuff. But now we're on to regions, and this is where it gets good. John, what are you excited to see this week?
Excited to see Pedro Hernandez is a top seed from Rancocas Valley. He's a top seed at 126. I talked to Pedro a little bit last week, and like anybody who talks to Pedro, I became an instant fan. I want to see this kid do well. He's a really great kid. The other thing I'm looking at is 160, the semifinals at 160. If all those wrestlers hold serve, that's going to be really exciting. Randy Worrell of Eastern is the top seed. He's going to wrestle Pat Morton on one mat. On the other mat, it's going to be Crawford Oswald from Haddonfield and Kyle McIntyre from Lenape. They wrestled January 24th. I was there. I got to see it. McIntyre won a 2-0 decision. Really great stuff. And obviously the two winners then in the finals. That's going to be fun to watch.
How about my guy, Kenny Long? One of my favorite fullbacks all throughout the year. I heard he got a birthday present that he didn't really like from Anthony Williamson. Is he going to try to return that? I mean, it's a rubber match. They've split this year already. Anthony and Kenny Long. I mean, I I can't wait to see it.
Well, Kenny did return it on Saturday. Returned it with a major decision, in fact. Returned it by basically conducting a takedown clinic. But I think Anthony's going to be up. Yeah, rubber match, absolutely. I think he's going to be up for it. They're the top 2 seeds. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, who's got the advantage in that? Is there such a thing as momentum in wrestling?
Go with the better running back.
Yeah.
But who's that?
Yeah. Hard to believe.
All right, we got more wrestling coming up later on, including John's Athlete of the Week. Right now, we're going to take you out to the pool for a feature on Cherokee's Sammy Carroll, who broke a long-standing record that was held by her mother.
Moms, love moms.
Some records are made to be broken, but it's not always a family member that has the honor of breaking it. Barbara Hockle Carroll's medley relay school record had stood for more than 30 years. That's until her daughter Sammy finally broke it this winter.
So our relay has been the same all year, and we just swam on Monday against Vineland, best time we've ever swam, and then we find out later that we actually broke a record. And then I didn't find out until I got home that I broke my mom's record, so that was funny.
It was the last of her mom's many records that were established at Cherokee High School in the early 80s.
She's talked about her summer records and Cherokee records and stuff too, but I never saw them all because they've been broken by then.
When Cherokee first opened, it was a brand new high school, and I was one of the first winter swimmers to go through. So at one time I held a lot of the records, but it was easier back then. Over the years, they've been getting broken, and my son Johnny has 2 records, and he let me know that he had more records than me. I only had the 1 left, and now that's gone to my daughter, so yeah.
The team of Sammy Carroll, Nikki Broom, Audrey Fanning, and Madison Keene broke the long-standing record of a minute 55.95 against Vineland in a playoff meet. They lowered the mark even further to 155.42 in the South Jersey Championships while capturing a sectional title.
I don't know. We have good turns, good splits. We all just know how to cheer each other on and get pumped for the race.
And there seem to be no hard feelings between mother and daughter since the record remains in the Carroll household.
It was cool because it was my first record and it was her last record, so I don't know, that was cool.
I am thrilled. I actually really am. It's kind of poetic because she's a senior. She's my last daughter, so she's got the record now. I'm really actually thrilled, yeah.
All right, let's get back into state tournament talk, this time at girls basketball. We talked about the small schools last week. Let's go to the big schools. Kevin, I know there's one bracket that's just really interesting this year.
Yeah, a little interesting is an understatement.
Bracket of death.
Yeah. South Jersey Group 4, Shawnee's the 1, Lenape's the 2, Cherokee's the 3, RV's the 5. So that's 4 teams from Burlington County are the top 5 seeds in the bracket. Top seed Shawnee, they won the tournament last year, finishes the state Group 4 runner-up. Great team. They're really starting to come into their own this year. Nicola Williams is the leader of that team. I expect them to make another deep run this year. Lenape, they've been winning a lot of games this year so far too. Maddie Sims, everyone kind of thought she could be decent this year. She has had a very nice year, but over the past week she's been absolutely phenomenal. She's been putting up 18, 34-point games. It's been really fun to see. Cherokee, they're still kind of a young team, but I mean, they're doing very well this year. They beat Shawnee earlier this year. They've been doing well. Isabella Tarian, she's their big scorer. Shay McGoey runs the show at the point. And then with RV, we talked a little bit about it earlier. Deja Brown, Kristen Smith, they've all been stepping up too. So it's going to be fun to see them play.
Great weekend. Shawnee loses to Gloucester Catholic, but Lenape stuns Camden Catholic. I mean, this is basically for the South Jersey, not just the South Jersey title. It's the best team in South Jersey comes out of this. A lot of great teams out there. Of course, with my blue, I like the Shawnee, and Rackocas Valley is great. Izzy Tarian. It's going to be so much fun.
Let's put them on the spot. Kevin, who's winning this bracket?
Well, I know my alma mater, Cherokee's not going to be too happy, especially since they beat them, but I'm going to have to go with Shawnee. They're the defending champs, and they're really putting everything together so far, or as of late.
Well, I'm glad I don't have to make that decision.
You know what? I'm comfortable making the decision. I'll go with Lenape, and you know why? Because they took care of me all football season.
That's true.
Hey, and Maddie Sims could be player of the week any week of the year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, well, the Group 3s, I mean, a lot of road teams, except for maybe 1 or 2. Can anybody make a run here?
I think Morristown's the only home team that we have in the Group 3. And, I mean, yeah, they could win a couple games, 1 or 2, but Ocean City's going to win that bracket. You can almost pen it in at this point. They're phenomenal. They beat Shawnee this year. But a team who I think who might surprise some people in Central Jersey Group 3 is a 12 seed Northern Burlington. Casey Walton, Michelle Colbert, Erica Hill, the three of them, they're as good as any trio there is in the county. And they play number 4 Neptune. I don't know much about them, but I know enough about Northern Burlington to know that they have enough skill to make a run. Also, Holy Cross, they play Bishop R. I know they have a bit of a girls' soccer rivalry there over the past few years, and a lot of the soccer players play on the basketball team, so they're going to be determined to come out. The unfortunate thing about that is if they win that game, that's the 8-9 game, they have to play St. John Vianney, who is just, I mean, they're a college boys team, you know?
Awkward.
Yeah.
I've seen Cassie Skelton shut out everybody, so maybe she can do it in basketball as well. She's in soccer.
Well, that's not as big.
Yeah, right?
All right, well, it'll be exciting. We'll see what happens this week.
Absolutely.
Okay, some big things coming up this week. Tom, let's start with you, boys basketball.
Well, I talked about Pemberton at Bordentown starting the playoffs on Monday, but even bigger, I'm more excited for Sunday. We got boys swimming and girls swimming, the state individual championships at the Gloucester County Institute of Technology on Sunday. All the best swimmers in the state are going to be there, and Burlington County is going to kick their butts.
All right, Kevin, girls basketball.
Thursday night, Cinnamints and RV, two of our hottest teams. Be a nice little tune-up for the playoffs.
Okay, John, I can guess, but I'm going to...
Well, Jada Atchison is creeping up on 2,000 points. That's really cool. I'd like to see that. But there is a bit of a wrestling tournament this weekend.
Right on.
Region 7 at Robbinsville starts Wednesday night.
All right, on to our athletes of the week. Let's start in wrestling with John.
Well, we cover 3 districts. That's 42 champions. But 2 of them, Marcus Maraglia of Delran and Tyreek Smith of Morristown, became 4-timers on Saturday. So they are our co-athletes of the week.
Okay, Kevin, girls basketball.
Bordentown's Brianna Pagnani leads the Scotties with 10 points a game this year. Had 18 in the big win, or season high 18 against Willingboro last week. Big win for the Scotties, and easy choice for me this week.
All right, Tom, you got something special for us in boys basketball.
I had the easiest one of all. Our Twitter timelines blew up at BCT Game On, at M. Zamero, at Rimback BCT. It was amazing. Mark Stoudemire, Cinnaminson Senior, only scored 5 points, but 3 of them were pretty special. 3-pointer at the buzzer to beat Holy Cross 57-54. He only averages 4.3 a game. Got 4 3-pointers. This one was a pretty special.
Well, Mark Stoudemire's clutch, huh? I can't believe that.
All right, well, if you have a nomination for Athlete or Player of the Week like Tom did this week, let us know at Facebook and Twitter at BCT Game On or hashtag BCT Sports. Thanks for watching. That's our show for this week. We'll see you next Tuesday.